Shalom, 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 shalom. All right. This is Naaman with the Great Millstone Camp here in D.C. Back for another video, but first and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Yahweh, and of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, who deserve double honors, and therefore a well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth, all right? Spread it across the four corners, aided, of course, by the other works that they do, namely the videos that are uploaded and that go out that help further push the truth out there. And this is all done for, of course, edification of the saints. And the saints are Israelites. And this is in order to hopefully awaken the remaining, hopefully elect. All right. Because time is very short. All right. This is a copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use, all right, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair uses are use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. But nonprofit, educational, personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. So here we go. This is, again, the website. The YouTube site, rather, Introvert Rockstar, all right, and it's for everyone that's not up to date on this, as we find out another instance where Jake has been used, taken advantage of for his ideas, all right, and the sneaky bastard here in this case tried to patent it behind Jake's back. The interviewer, of course, that you're going to see is finding all this out, Mr. Tenderism, and you actually learn the true owner, which everybody just assumed since Jake was out there in the forefront, was him. But we kind of find out, of course, that's not the case, and it seems to be a big old case of jealousy and envy. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. But this goes to show you, this, again, is a view, a very small, into what has been going on for centuries here. Using Jake's ideas so that they, the colonizer, the slave owner, etc., these Edomites can profit off of it, and then they thereby acquire generational wealth, while Jake is, elderly and still has to barely earn ends meet. But that's the way this whole thing is set up, because we have a sorry, envious, jealous, someone that doesn't have an original idea in their head. I mean, when it comes to wickedness, yeah. But we got to get the hell up out of here. That's why we always stress that, all right? Because as long as we're under the rulership of this evil bastard that we're under, and I said that for a reason, things will never be right. And why would you expect it to be? All right, just look how he's dealt with us. I mean, and the world is finally getting it. All right, and this descent from rulership is happening so fast, they don't know how to deal with it. All right, so here we go.
I have an update on Destination Smokehouse stealing tenderism and filing a trademark without including UNC on it. First, let me start by saying, yes, Destination Smokehouse filed a fraudulent trademark application with the USPTO for tenderism under the direction of an attorney. Now, this is my issue with the attorney. We are supposed to do a thorough search prior to filing an application to let the client know, hey, this name is available, or this is a competing application. What do you want to do? We all know that it's first to file who gets priority before an examining attorney in order to determine ownership. Kenneth Harris, who is an attorney, decided that he was going to go and file an application under the USPTO in order to protect Unc's rights. And I'm so glad that he did that because it was the right thing to do. Now, here's the issue. The issue is he's been trying to transfer his application over to Unc, but has been unsuccessful in getting in contact with him. I wonder fucking why. Because Keith Lee also had an issue when he arrived in order to bless Unc with a gift. But no, they didn't allow him to see Unc without them present. So I wholeheartedly believe that the owner of Destination Smokehouse is preventing Attorney Harris from getting in contact with Unc in order to transfer this application over because he is the rightful owner of Tenderism, not Destination Smokehouse. What's even more concerning with this owner, and so he is making it seem like, and I posted all the videos to show you that he has said repeatedly they are partners, they are this, they are that. Guess what? If y'all were partners, you would have added him to that trademark application, but you didn't. You did it to be sneaky. You did it to be conniving. You did it to be a thief. You did it exactly how your ancestors did. Used to steal. Because you all did not have a creative bone in your body. I went and did the research. I went and checked the receipts, and the receipts are real. You can't go and undo anything at this point because I already got it. So, thankfully, there are people like me, there are people like Attorney Harris who have checked the temperature and saw that your temperature was hot and hot to steal from a black man. You ain't been an ancient mama, Unc. You are literally taking advantage of Unc. And you know if y'all was to depart today, you will be saying, oh, I own the name. Make no mistake. I know exactly what I need to do to put the USPTO.
Salaki. Let me pause it briefly.
These can't come from you lying on a USPTO application, and the fact that you did this under direction of an attorney is even more concerning. Y'all better go and make this right, because either way, you won't be owning this name without making sure the rightful creator and owner, because I got the receipts, I got the stamps to know who created the name, when it was created, when it was first used, and it's not according to your application. So you better do the right fucking thing.
And you already know what I say, make that make sense. And before I spaz out in this video, y'all please go to Instagram and follow her. Please go to Instagram and follow her, because I love great content creators, man. Content creators who don't just throw videos out all day, just stupid stuff, but they really do the research. I love that shit, bro. Because a lot of people don't expect you to do your research these days, because people want to get clout over doing the real research. So please go follow her on Instagram. But the Keith Lee effect strikes again. If Keith Lee come to your restaurant, you either gonna upgrade or downgrade. And Destination Smokehouse could have really upgraded, bro. They had everything. They had it, but they got jealous of Unc. They got jealous. He wasn't cooking the food for the most part. He wasn't doing most of the work. He was just on the front lines, promoting, bringing the people in. They didn't like that, bro. Especially when you're black. They don't like that, man. They don't like that. Keith Lee was going to give him $4,000, but he had to give that money to other restaurant owners and just random people. He was going to get this man $4,000, and this colonizer said this. Run the tape.
What he's added to the business has been huge and is very visible to a lot of people. But then at the end of the day, it shortchanges so many other people who built this business, including this guy, who when I met him had absolutely zero. Everybody thinks I'm like the money man. I'm the opposite of that. I came into a business that was losing money that I took over for my family just because I had no other prospects.
He said, I got this amount of money I want to give to to ask a couple of questions. So when I saw that, I was like, oh man, he's just like 8,000 people that comes in here want to talk to him. Hey bro, they busy right now doing something. I told them what they were doing, and the person was a little pushy about it. I was like, look, I don't know how long he's gonna be. If you guys want to wait, you can. But I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but he's doing something right now, bro. I'm not gonna go get him for a couple of questions.
Some circumstances that happened after the fact with other people that he talked to that opened our eyes up to why he probably felt the way that he did. Even the way that he approached it, he didn't ask for anybody else. There's a lot of people visible on social media. To offer a tip to a business owner was crazy. That was the other thing too, is like he really thinks Walt is like this helpless guy who needs his help. How are you going to tip a business owner? Tip the whole staff. Renato or Butcher Bill or someone that's visible. Walter French. Anybody else, it would have felt like it was coming from a place that we would have accepted, but
And I told y'all, bro, Keith Lee is a genius, bro. By him going to that restaurant, he exposed everything. Matter of fact, he made the colonizer expose everything because of their ego. I'm telling you, we dealing with racist Caucasian people, bro. They might, when they smiling too much, they laughing too much. You can't trust that shit. You cannot trust it. Keith Lee made them expose themselves, bro. Because right after they went on Willie D, podcast or whatever, and they did an interview, and he told everything. He said Keith Lee wasn't returning his calls, answering the phone. Of course he's not. You knew his family was there. You knew. But he did all that on purpose, without no bad intentions. And you told that man, no, he cannot receive the 4,000. You knew he was trying to get that man $4,000. Y'all knew that. But you, in that interview, you tried to act dumb. You tried to act like.
Now you know. It's the same attitude, the same behavior as when we built shit for ourselves. And they said, no, you all can't have that. Why? Because it upstages them. The egos can't handle it, like you just said. These are when it says in the scriptures about these people being base, viler than the earth, all right, the mindset of someone. Here it is, this elderly man has been helping you, this elderly Jake, further your business along, and it would appear that you're jealous and envious of this man to the extent that you don't even give him the means to profit off of something that he thought of as in tenderism. Again, in order to help you. But you turn around and try to stab him in the back so you can profit off of even that and steal that. See, this is the ornery bastard that you're dealing with. Let me look that word up for those of you that haven't heard it before. Is it one N or two? Oh, man. Oh, it's ornery. Okay. Mean-spirited, disagreeable, and contrary in disposition, cantankerous. Let's go further with this. Dictionary.com. Ugly and unpleasant in disposition or temper. All right. Low or vile. That's what I was looking for. Low or vile. Inferior or common. Ordinary. And that's the thing about these so-called white people. This is what they are. But they've done so much to try to maintain this image of them being anything but. All right. And again, you got to understand, this is so much energy is being spent on maintaining a false image. And it's all falling apart now. When we bring up scriptures like 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, that's the era that we're in now because he's being exposed. And we're part of that. 2 Corinthians 10 and verses 4 and 5. Let's get that real quick. All right. Breaking down strongholds. What are those strongholds? All right. 2 Corinthians 10. All right. And 4. And it says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. And this is the exact reason why we're not supposed to play his game. All right. He's the carnal man. He's the beastly man. Why you want to descend to his level. All right. But mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. And what's those strongholds? Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High Yahweh, and bringeth into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. All right. So, lies. This whole house of lies is crumbling down. There's nothing he can do about it. Another scripture. Luke. All right, 10 and 8. And this is in red. Well, wait a minute. 10 and 18. And again, this is in red. This is Yahweh Shah. It says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. All right, and his the speed in which he's falling from out of rulership. All right, this is happening right before our face. All right, so let's go back to the video.
Like you didn't know anything. You knew. Because if Keith Lee would have gave him that money, people would have really thought the restaurant belonged to Unc. They would have really thought that, and you didn't want that. So that's why right after, you all in the videos, the colonizer, all in the videos. And like I say, bro, look, the reason why a lot of black people was coming to that restaurant at first, it's not because of the food. I'm gonna say out of 100%, it's probably 20% because of the food, bro. The food can be nasty as hell. Black people, Unc just remind us of an uncle that's in our family or somebody that's in our neighborhood that we can relate to. We can feel that real energy. We don't care about they was cutting the ribs. We don't care about none of that. We just like when he dropped the food, threw his glasses off, and walked away because that's what we do. That's what we do, bro. That's like a natural emotion when somebody cooks some good food, you eating it. And you just walk away like, damn, you don't have to say nothing. That's when you know the food is good. That's the part that we love. And you knew that. You knew everybody loved him. So you threw him to the side. And you got on the camera. You had him recording
Jealousy and envy.
you. And then you trademarked what he came up with. You trademarked tenderism. But shout out to Mr. Kenneth Harris, bro, for standing on business and thinking fast. Like I said, this is bigger than Mr. Walter Johnson, bro. This is bigger than him. I think he's happy with where he's at. He's comfortable. He think dude is a friend. This is bigger than him, bro. Because this been going on throughout history. Where do I start? Do I start with this one? Or maybe this one? What about this one?
Yep.
Or what about that one? I can go on and on, bro. This been going on.
That racist ass. What's her name? Lorna Doom, some Dean, whatever the fuck that bitch name. Southern Cook. I can't remember her fucking name. Anyway, it's not important. But again, scripture. All right. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. At the very top, it says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, the time that we're in now, before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. All those people that just flashed across the screen, let's take it back. All right.
History. Where do I start? Do I start with this one? Or maybe this one?
Famous.
What about this one?
Jack
Or
Daniels.
what about that one? I can go on and on,
Look how
bro.
she looking at Jack.
This been going on. And the more they laugh and smile with you,
Yeah.
you can't trust that shit. You cannot trust it, bro. Because Mr. Walter Johnson started everything. Everything was his idea. Everything was his idea. Why would you go and trademark the word that he came up with? Why would you do that? I know why. Because you want generational wealth. If he was really a friend, like I said in my last video, you would put that in his name. But like I say, man, Mr. Walter is comfortable with where he's at.
Let's get this real quick. This is Proverbs 26 and 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation. That's what Keith Lee did. All right, in that interview. Ultimately, it was Yahweh Yahweh Shah, but the instrument being Keith Lee. All right, this is, oh man. Mm, 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 mm. The thief, John 10 and 10. All right, cometh not but to kill and destroy. All right.
That, like I say, is bigger than him. It's really a lesson for our people.
Slakia.
Cortese is een ontwikkelings- en investeringsmaatschappij waarbij
Give people this. Look, I know you job, you job. These new ideas will have family for 300. You have to be 90 years old to work. Your
Yep.
in your business. Start your 20. It's easy to sign on with somebody else, bro. Especially a great up and all great die serious.
Yep. Even to this day. But the thing behind that, because we are still looked at and treated as property. And of course, property can't have any ideas. Like one, I believe it was Elder Apostle Tahar, uh, one of the elders. Um, um, probably one of the greatest things this devil created was the patent office. All right. And that's so very true. Let's finish this out.
Who owns the rights to their music? I said it in my last video. Just watch for the Super Bowl. Watch the commercials. The Super Bowl coming up. Think what, next month? I want y'all to pay attention to all the commercials. It's going to be the same artists. Luther Vandross, Whitney Houston, Prince, Michael Jackson.
All dead.
They go keep playing them, bro, because they own the rights.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy. So I don't like to see this shit, and I had to call it out because this was my first time watching the full interview. And I'm like, damn, dude really told on himself. The Keith Lee effect is real, man. And he couldn't handle it. His ego wanted Keith Lee to walk up to him and say, I'm Keith Lee, here's my social media account. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So now, like I say, they could have been upgraded. Now, the Caucasian people, they might still go. But for the most part, our people ain't going to that shit, man. Once we see you playing our people, it's a wrap. And they could have been great if they would have stayed on code. Unc was the face, but they don't like that. They was in the back cooking the ribs. They was in the back doing what they doing. They wanted that same shine that Unc had. You got this dude, bro. You got this dude on video, dog, on Instagram, explaining the food. Oh, these onions are shiny. Look at the ribs. Look at the smoke. Bro, we don't care about that fucking food. We don't care about the food, bro. We cared about Unc. The food was the least of our worries. We cared about Unc. We don't need you to explain no food to us. What are you talking about, Willis? It's a cold game, bro. And like I say, this is bigger than Unc. We ain't trying to go out like we did in the past. Because these people create nothing, bro. They steal everything. I'm out.
Grok Code.
And let's finish with, I had mentioned it, and let's get the whole thing. John 10 and 10. All right. This is what his MO has been. John chapter 10, verse 10. This is in red. All right. It says, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. Now, who was over us during this time? The Roman Empire, which consisted of what? Edomites. All right. Who call themselves white people. It's the same people. It's the same nation. All right. So, once again, I'm going to leave it there. I hope whoever views this video has been edified. That's what we do here at Great Millstone. Filter everything through the scriptures. All right. Especially current events to let you know that these prophecies, all right, are speaking and have been speaking. All right. And this is something that Great Millstone has been doing for decades, long before I came in. All right. And these prophecies have come true. This is these scriptures here. All right. Not our words, but this is what we're doing. We're that watchman on the wall for our people. All right. Ezekiel's 2nd and 3rd chapters. All right. So, with that, once again, please keep your eyes and ears open because we're in dangerous times. All right. So, with that, until the next video, Shalom.